Hi everyone!
Hello!
Welcome back to a new episode of the Knitting Twinnings podcast. I'm Julia.
I'm Émilie.
And we are the Knitting Twinnings. We are twins who knit and live in Paris. Basile!
This is Basile, the cat, who wants to be part of it.
We don't have a lot of time today to record like a big episode because weekends for us are a little bit busy. And so we just wanted to do a special announcement. We mentioned last time that we both fell in love with a new pattern by Susanne Sommer, Sosu Knits, the baseline cardigan. And a couple of people actually asked us in the comments of our video that they would like to do a KAL with us and knit along. And so we thought, okay, we're gonna try it. So we are doing a KAL for the baseline cardigan.
And we thought we might start next weekend because it's on Friday, it's December 1st. So we thought we might do an Advent KAL. So we'll add the hashtag, but we'll do it only on Instagram, I think. And maybe in our videos too. So it's gonna be hashtag baseline Advent KAL for this knit along. I can't wait to start. I'm swatching today. I just started knitting my swatch. I'm gonna use la Bien Aimee Corrie Confetti in Aimee's peach sweater. I have 7 skeins, so I'm sure it's gonna be plenty to do this cardigan. Susanne Sommer, so the designer, she knit a few different samples that she
has 3 different versions of the cardigan.
Yeah, it's a very versatile pattern. There's 3 options of necklines. There's a crew neck, a round neck, and a V-neck. Her sample in the V-neck is in this colorway with the cuffs and the hems in Fluoro Morganite.
In Corrie
worsted. So I want to do exactly the same.
You're gonna do the V-neck as well, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Yeah, so you already had all this yarn in your stash,
yes,
which was perfect. And I have a little leftover of Fluoro Morganite in Corrie worsted, which I'm gifting you. I love her round neck version, which is exactly this one. So she did it in stripes. I think she used Tweedy by Hedgehog Fibers in a light gray and a dark gray. I am completely in love with this version. I'm gonna copy it and do exactly the same. The round neck and the stripes all over. I cannot decide which yarn to use. Cannot.
So I think you have a few good options.
I've been swatching. Here my swatch is drying because I washed it last night. So I think these stripes here are Aimee's peach sweater that Émilie is going to use, and Fluoro Morganite Corrie worsted, which I love how these look, but I feel like I don't want to use the same colors as you. I also have in my stash a little bit of Corrie Confetti in grey bow, so the grey confetti with some Wensley worsted in Sari, which I do like as well. So,
I think this is a very good option, and with the Sari that is your favorite color is probably something that you'll wear a lot.
Yes. I also did a couple of stripes. I don't know if you're gonna be able to tell, but anyway.
You should unpin it.
With Sari here and Aimee's peach sweater in confetti, which also looks super nice, a little bit more a little bit lighter than if using gray bow. So I don't know. I still have 1 week to decide and to get the yarn. So I will see, because right now at La Bien Aimée we do have quite a few colors of Corrie Confetti in stock, and I don't know which one to use, because I still think I could do maybe gray bow and ochre to do gray and yellow stripes, which that's not so much my color, but every time I try on one of Aimee's samples in Yellow Brick Road, everyone always tells me, this color suits you so well. And so I think I would probably have fun knitting it like
maybe
this.
Instead of ochre, and you might use Yellow Brick Road, because I like the contrast when you don't use both colors in confetti.
In confetti?
Ouais.
Maybe.
So you might try to swatch with like gray bow and Yellow Brick Road, maybe.
Sorry, I just unpinned it to show you. Yeah, I do like the low contrast kind of at the top. Yeah, I don't know. I think this week at work I will discuss with my colleagues. We all always have lots of opinions on which colors we should use. I know that my colleague Lolita is super excited to join our KAL as well. She fell in love with the other version of the baseline, which is the color block version.
I'm gonna try to bring them up on my phone.
So Sue did a version, so it's the version with the crew neck, the high neck, and it's color blocked on, it's one color on one of the fronts, another color on the other front, and a third color on the back, this one. Lolita loves this version, so she wants to knit this one. So it's gonna be fun to, at least the three of us are each knitting a different version. And then we can't wait to see. We already know that a few of you said you wanted to join us. I know that Adeline is like in the starting blocks. She texted me to say she has never been so ready for a KAL. So Adeline, on cast on le weekend prochain. So cast on with us next weekend. Emily and I are planning to do maybe a live cast on party. So we'll see if we manage to do a live episode on YouTube. I don't think it's very complicated.
Otherwise, we can do a live video on Instagram. We'll see.
Yes. Yeah, so we'll do a live cast on next weekend, probably Saturday. Because Sunday is December 1st. Friday. Friday is December 1st, but
I have a ton of work on Friday.
You usually get home pretty late from work, so we'll do it, a relaxed way and do it on Saturday. So we hope you'll be able to join us. Should we maybe say a time so that people can plan to join us next Saturday? What time should we do it?
I don't know.
3:00 Paris time. That's usually a good time for us to record. So next Saturday at 3:00 we'll try to be live, maybe on YouTube, maybe on Instagram. We'll post about it and let you know, or figure it out or not, and then we'll record and put the video up. This is not a very professional YouTube channel. We just do it to have fun. So yeah.
So for the moment, we don't have any anything special planned for this knit along. But it's just laid back knit along, just to enjoy working on a pattern that looks really well written. And usually
we know with Susanne, not only have we met her in real life years ago in Edinburgh,
yes.
but we've also knit several of her shawl patterns at least I was obsessed with all her brioche shawls a while ago, and
She
I
started
did several.
those brioche shawls before brioche became a real trend, I think. And it's true that we got the Brioche Trilogy at that time. I knit the Inky, which is just incredible, honestly.
Which one did I make?
The Peachy. Wasn't it Peachy? Yeah. Yeah, just incredible. I would knit them again tomorrow, honestly.
Me too. I also knit, do you remember the one it's like a brioche shawl, but it
It's
has
a cardigan.
little, sleeves and stuff, which I loved knitting. Anyway, I think we can honestly say she's an amazing designer. She's size inclusive as well, which is super important. She offers, and this baseline cardigan offers so many modifications and customizations. I've been through the whole pattern. I've chosen my size, the size I'm gonna knit, and the length I'm gonna knit.
Yeah, because you have to choose the length in advance. Usually I just knit until I run out of yarn, because I usually like, when I knit a sweater, a top-down sweater, I like to make it a bit long. That's just the way I prefer to wear my sweaters. But in this pattern, the interesting thing is that it's knit sideways. So you have to decide on your length before you start. So I'm still a bit indecisive about what's the length I'm gonna want to knit. Also because I usually have a looser gauge than what is indicated in most patterns. So I'm thinking, do I do my usual length, which is about 35 centimeters from the underarm, or is it gonna be a bit short for my taste, or so I still have a few more days ahead of me to decide. And I think my swatch, and I'm gonna also count the row gauge on my swatch. I'm making kind of a bigger swatch than I usually do. I usually don't swatch at all, but it's not a problem for a top-down sweater, if it's a bit oversized.
Because
but
I think, did we say that the baseline is knit sideways? So you actually cast on one of the fronts here in the middle, and then you knit towards the shoulder, and then you knit. I mean, I haven't read the whole pattern, so I don't know. But anyways, and it's all garter stitch, which is
no purling. No
for
purling.
me, that is sounds perfection. Like,
I don't mind purling at all.
No,
I have
me
to
neither.
say, but it's true that the perspective of knitting a cardigan that has no purl is a plus.
Yeah, and I don't think I have a garter stitch cardigan.
No, me
yet.
neither.
So, yeah, it all sounds really good to me.
Yeah.
So
A fun experience, a fun knitting experience, I would say.
And also, I was thinking, because we sometimes knit the same patterns, but never at the same time. I don't think. No.
It's usually one of maybe it's you who knits one pattern, and then I'm like, oh, I really love that sweater, I wish I would make it, or the contrary. So
so it's gonna be fun for us as well to knit the same pattern at the same time, even though we're not knitting the same version. So we're super excited, and we hope a few of you will want to knit along with us. As always, leave us comments to let us know. We can't believe how many comments our videos get. Sometimes I forget to check the comments for a few days, and then I'm like, there's so many new ones. I haven't checked in a while.
No, me neither.
But yeah, anyway. And also I wanted to say, I went to Barcelona Knits last weekend, and quite a few of you said hi to me and said that you watch our podcast, which was super fun. It was really strange because a few people came up to me and said, oh hi, I'm so happy to meet you, and I love what you do. And I always think people think I'm Aimee because I'm at the booth, and we like to we like the same sort of clothes, Aimee and I. So we were both wearing Fluoro Morganite, and everyone said, oh, are you sisters on the Saturday? And so a few people came up to me to say super nice thing, and every time I was like, oh, I'm not Aimee, and they were like, no, you're Julia. I watch your podcast with your sister, and I was like, oh my gosh. So that was super nice. And when I came back, I told Aimee that a few people said hi, and it's super fun for us to know that people out there watch our podcast and enjoy it.
Yeah. Kind of incredible, but I think it's probably the same for all podcasters out there and all knitting influencers.
Yeah.
So nothing more to add, I think, on the KAL. So we're just gonna use the hashtag baseline advent KAL.
And we're not setting like a finish date.
No, because it usually takes me over 3 months to knit a sweater or a cardigan, so I don't want to,
There's no pressure.
It's
pressure. Just having fun and knitting this awesome pattern and enjoying it together. So yeah, there's a start date, which is next weekend. And then, if you want to cast on with us, then that would be so much fun. And then we knit it whenever we knit it. Yeah, we'll see how long it takes me. I have not made very much progress on any of my projects recently. It's just been, so let's go back to the, I don't know, regular format or whatever. I had the pleasure of working at Barcelona Knits last weekend because I work at La Bien Aimee. And my colleague Anne and I went with Aimee to Barcelona. It was the second year I worked there, and I love this festival so much.
It's a really nice festival. We talked about it, I think, in our last podcast. Yeah. I didn't go this year, but you can't do everything, and I don't really have that much money at the moment to go to a knitting festival and really enjoy it. No budget, so I have a very big stash which I can enjoy.
I have to say, I didn't buy any yarn this year because I was just very aware I have not knit any of the yarn I bought last year at Barcelona Knits, and this year
the same for me.
It was extremely busy, so I didn't have much time to do any shopping, and I think I don't know, I was still really happy with my haul from Knit It. And I didn't feel the need to buy anything there. And it was just super nice to go have a good time with the other vendors, because there's some really great vendors there. We hung out a bunch with Jen from Making and her friend Val, who accompanied her, and we just had a great time with them. They're two super cool ladies, super nice and super funny. We had dinners together in the evening and worked together on a few different things during the festival. And it was just full on, just lots of people, very busy, lots of energy, lots of fun. I loved it once again. It's been a busy couple of weeks getting ready for the festival and then going and stuff, so I haven't knit very much, but I did cast on a new project, of course. Because I needed a good tram knitting project. I always have a tram knitting project on the needles. I cast on Le Bandana. So the pattern is by Aimee from Bien Aimee. And I am using 2 of our new bases. So this is Alix, our new base. So it's a lace weight, and it has merino and suri alpaca in it. It's so soft. I'm so obsessed with it. I love it. I just fell in love with it, and we dyed Sari, which is my spirit color.
Like Helix, but softer.
Yeah, much softer than Helix. And we released Little Kumo at the same time, which is just a thinner version of Kumo, which is also a fluffy suri alpaca. And we both dyed them in my favorite color, which is Sari. I always use the hashtag Sari is my spirit color. And it is. I just knit everything in this color. It's my absolute favorite. So I decided to cast on like a winter bandana. So I'm using 3 strands, 2 strands of Alix and 1 strand of Little Kumo. And I'm using 5mm needles. I'm knitting just the basic recipe of Le Bandana. And it's gonna make it nice and warm, and a pretty big bandana that I can wear under my coat. And it's so soft. So I'm almost halfway through, I think. And I love it. So that's been my plain knitting. I also took with me my Seela that's in bouclé, and got a little progress done on it, but I'm in the middle of the body, so if I show it to you now, you won't see any difference from where I was, I think, 2 weeks ago. So yeah, that's it. That's what I've been knitting. No progress on my KAL.
Oh yeah. For me, I finished my metro knitting, which was the Robin Beanie by Sari Nordlund, which you've knit. So it's still very damp.
Yeah, you can try it
so
on.
I'm not gonna try it on. I knit it in Aimee's Peaches and Dreams from the Wandering Flock in singles and mohair. I really love it.
My gosh,
it's super
so
pretty. Yeah, super pretty. And I really want to knit either Le Bandana or Sophie shawl in the same colorway this winter, I think. Yeah. So this is done. I've made good progress on my sweater, on my Marley pullover, which I wanted to, kind of finish the body before I start the baseline cardigan. So this is my Marley sweater. I finally finished the intarsia section yesterday and started the last section, which is in Helix held double. Felix held double in Fluoro Morganite. And there's I think the body is quite long, so I think I'm only gonna knit a couple rounds before I start the ribbing, and then I'm gonna be done. So my goal is to be done with the body before I start the baseline. And then I also started another project, which I forgot to bring with me, so I'm just gonna be back in 1 second.
I'm gonna say just what I'm wearing. I'm wearing the Pilo sweater by Yona Yetala of Len Magazine. I knit it in Corrie worsted by La Bien Aimée in colorways Bone and Liz. It's a really good winter sweater. I really like it. It has drop shoulders all over, stripes even on the ribbing, which I love. And a double folded neck, which is kind of like a chimney neck. It stands up a little bit, which is so cool. It's really warm.
I love it.
I knit this, was it last year or 2 years ago? I don't remember.
No, me neither. I really love it. I want one.
I love it too. Yeah, it's
I want to knit
because
one too.
Corrie, it's not a very thick yarn. It's like a heavy DK weight, but because it's so woolly, it's super. It's really warm. It just keeps all the heat.
It keeps the heat inside. I think.
Yeah, I really love it. It's a little bit itchy, I have to say. Even though I'm not very sensitive to it, but I think it's the dark wool, it's the Gotland. It's a bit hairy, and so it's a little bit itchy. For me, it's not a problem. I can still wear it next to skin. But if you're sensitive, then Wensley may be a better option for you. Yeah, so anyway, that's what I'm wearing. Okay, so new project.
So I started a new project because, I wanted to knit the Geo Gradient mystery shawl from Stephen West, but only with yarn, with some yarn that I had from my stash. So I chose a 4-color fade, but when I started knitting it, it was just too fadey, and you couldn't distinguish any of the colors from one to the other, and I was not happy about that. This is not what I wanted at all. What I like about the Geo Gradient is the fact that you can the colors are close to each other, but you can see the stripes and the graphic quality of it.
Visual.
Yeah. Really spoke to me, so I thought, okay, I'm gonna keep my yarn for something else.
Yeah, your colors were very pretty,
but
they were not right for this.
Not for
this pattern.
So when Stephen released his newest patterns for his hibernating, his new hibernating collection, I think it's the 4th one he's done this year. I really love all these patterns, but I loved the shawl, which is the glittering snowscape shawl. So I'm not gonna show it to you because the pattern is written all over it. But you've probably seen it on Instagram. It's an all-over textured shawl, which is knit with 5 different colorways, but very fadey. So I thought it's gonna be a fun pattern to knit, because I love the texture, and it's easy texture with knit and pearls and garter ridges, and a little bit of easy lace too, which I like. And I know that, like most of Stephen's patterns, they're all easy to follow and fun to knit. So I've only just started a few days ago, and I haven't made much progress because I wanted to make progress on my Marley pullover, but this is the beginning. So already, I really love I really love the beginnings of shawls usually. So I love it. I think it's gonna be just what I need. And I have a Woke collection which I really love. It's called Grunge Pop, with a lot of greens and pinks. So that's my first color. Then I'm gonna use some Ushitita, which I got at Barcelona last year, which has a bit of blue undertone with lots and lots of pinks. So that's gonna go well with this. Then I'm gonna use the third one is Ching Fiber, which we've had for a very long time. I think it's actually yours, but you haven't used it.
I gave it to you, I think.
You gave it to me, so it's light.
Chouzui, no? I think that color is called Chouzui.
Oh, yeah,
it's
probably.
the one that Sosu used in the Chouzui shrug.
Yeah. So it's light green with a lot of yellows.
Neon yellow.
Yeah. Ooh. Then number 4 is Vespa Graffiti by La Bien Aimée, which I probably...
That's
No?
We Rainbow on the
We
Vespa.
Rainbow on a Vespa, which I've probably had for like 5 or 6 years in my stash.
It's definitely from the old atelier.
Yeah. And the last one is another Ushitita, which I got in Barcelona last year. I got both of these thinking they went really well together, and so I'm gonna use them both for a nice fade. So a bluish fade. One of Steven's original kits is something like ice, something with
Silver ice, no?
silver ice. So I think I'm right there.
I see all of these as green, but I don't know. They're all a little bit blue-green.
Blue-green, yeah. Which is colors that I really love. So I'm happy to use only skeins from my stash for this. And yeah, I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun probably during the holidays to knit this. I'm gonna put it on hold a bit, I think, to finish the body of the Marley and start the baseline. But you know,
it's always nice to have a shawl on the needles.
Yeah,
you don't need to have like an end date or anything. It's just gonna be a long project that you return to whenever you want.
Yeah, and I think I'm also gonna cast on another woolly waffle hat for metro knitting, because at the moment I'm very much into hats and I like to knit them in the metro. I think it's more fun than knitting socks or knitting a shawl, or you know. So you just go in the round, and the texture on the woolly waffle is super easy to memorize. So I think I'm gonna cast on another one. So yeah.
I like the bandana for metro or public transport knitting, because I think so. This one is only the second I'm knitting for myself. I only have one, but I already knit I think 2 samples or maybe 3. So it's either my 4th or my 5th. Again, it's very easy to memorize, and we have fun. I want to do a super intarsia heavy one as well, and I have lots of I bought some minis of Alix and Felix.
Do you want to do one like Aimee's?
Yes. The crazy all over intarsia. Not the one she's doing right now. She's doing one. It's all
with
small
checks
in all different colors. I think she has
when she posted
something.
Pictures of her bandana and of her yarn bag, and I thought, oh my god, this is this creates too much anxiety for me.
No,
there's too many ends to weave in, and
she does it in a way that's really easy to manage as well. She's like, embrace the tangle, and then you know, when you change rows, usually stuff goes back where it's supposed to be, or you know, she spends 5-10 minutes putting everything back where it needs to be and stuff. But no, I just want to do one with maybe 2 or 3 colors per row, and then just improvise some fun geometric shapes and stuff. So yeah, maybe that will be my next cast on once this is finished. Just to knit in the tram. That's it. I think not much progress, but exciting plans. So
we'll see you next weekend for our cast on party.
Next weekend we'll try to be live next Saturday at 3. So that's December 2nd at 3 o'clock Paris time. Maybe.
Who knows?
Who knows? Join us, and let's knit the baseline together. See you next week.
See you. Bye.
Bye.